Oh man, that marker's nowhere near where it needs to be. In quite the right direction. Like we're doing up in the hills. Yay. And then a marker where the last point their sound came from. Doesn't necessarily mean they'll be there when I get there. Improve the odds I should be quiet. Let's go with crouching. Okay, here I am tracking a herd of elk. Previously encountered this herd near a lake and managed to injure the alpha animal, but it says it was survived the shot. So I figured I'd go tracking it because, well, it's a 3-star elk and it's a mature. And even if it's not a taxidermy trophy, it's got to be a reasonable payout. I'd kind of like to know what happened to my first shot that went into it. And the only way to find out is you've got to find the animal again. Now I'm in the hills here, which is not the open plains, which makes it kind of hard tracking animals. So I'm using their sound. I put a marker out there where the last point they emanated from. I do that by either trying to use the binoculars, but that doesn't work when you're in the forest and the hills sometimes, particularly in the hills. So you have to go to the map. You try to guess where the sound is emanating from. It doesn't help that in the mountains, the straight lines look a little funny on the map too. So you finally get a marker where the last point of sound came from. And it looks like I may have a visual on it. Let's go check. Okay, my binoculars are giving me a fairly good indication that I've got a visual on it. The best way to check is put a tracking marker there. That's the hollow red one in my instance. I haven't changed the default color of it. Well, there's no point in leaving that there. Oh, I just showed you another little trick. You can remove your marker by double tapping it when you're looking at it. Doesn't always work if you've got a whole slew of markers all over the place. Sometimes you end up removing more than just the one you wanted. Something odd about the game, the way it handles markers. So if you're up to something instead of just following a hunt, so if you're doing like a survey, a set of parallel lines or something, and you end up messing them all up, or if you're tracking several animals at the same time or several herds, it doesn't work. Sometimes you end up removing everything. You might as well go to the map and just say remove all the markers. It looks like I'm not going to get anywhere near these elk. I'm playing on adventure level, which is the middle difficulty in the game. The animals usually only scatter a few hundred yards. But sometimes it's a little further than that, and if they know you're tracking them, they're very wary. So it's usually not a great option in the game to track animals and keep following them and following them and following them. You spook them a couple of times and you get nowhere near them, and when you're tracking them, following in behind them, all you got is a butt shot. You're not going to get a kill. You can try using one of the... There we go, they're over this way. Now let's see if I can show you what I was talking about. You use the map to guess approximately where that is. And you put down a marker. My marker's not far enough. It's over to the right too far. So I'm going to go back in here. I haven't got any markers down that I'm using for anything. I'm going to set a marker out a lot further and try to correct the angle some. Okay, the distance is good, but it's not the right angle. So you do this a few times, and you might get close to where they are. Well, that's 30 meters short. I'm going to put down or 20 meters short. I'm going to put down another marker about there. That should get me close to where they are. You can also see that the elevation is approximately the same, so it'd be pretty good. Now, let's go see if I can actually remove one of those markers without removing the one I want to keep. It did work. Now, you notice it says the distance to the sound is always the same up in the corner there, yet I'm approaching the sound. It's why you have to put down a marker when you're in the hills, or you're tracking an animal beyond visual range by using the sound the animal makes. If you're fortunate enough to be carrying a collar of the same animal, you can also randomly call out. Sometimes you'll get a call back, or sometimes you'll get several herds calling back. And if you get several herds calling back, they can keep one another making a sound, makes it easier to track them. Now, this is looking pretty ugly for getting a view of these animals. It's really annoying when you have to get super close to an animal or a herd of animals. You come over a little precipice or over a little ridge and they're right there in front of you. It's damn hard not to spook them. And I don't feel like doing a lot of crawling because it's way too slow. Some people might enjoy going to that much trouble playing the game, but for me, adventure level is difficult enough. Oh, another thing I should mention, for those that have seen my previous videos about the mobile version of the game, I am now on a better device, so I'm playing with the foliage, the grass, the low vegetation at a slightly higher level than I have before. I may have just spooked them, so I'm just not going to stay still here, see what happens. Now they're off. Yeah, it would have been probably on the other side of the valley to get close to them. They would have been right down underneath me, coming over this ridge. It almost makes you enough. You wonder if you could pull out a knife and jump on them. Well, I can see them going off this way, and they may not be going to go far. I might be able to get a kill there if I get one to turn towards me. Yeah, I do not have an elk collar with me. What I'm going to do, I'm going to pull out the higher power binoculars. Sometimes with the higher power binoculars, you can get a little more information that you don't get with the low power binoculars. Now, I'm looking for my 3-star mature, which is obviously a male because they don't give females stars in the game. It's probably way up front there. Not seeing my 3-star. Let's put away the binoculars, see if I can get up around these rocks. Come at them from a slightly different angle. Now, I'm not going to be able to get them. Man, I can't even see them from up by the other side of the rock. This is not going to work out well. There we go. We got a mature. There he is. I'm going to be shooting at him from here, assuming he doesn't get behind the trees before I get a shot off. Now, when I pull up my weapon here, you'll notice my magnification is fairly near to the binoculars I was using. It does help when you're trying to figure out exactly where your animal is. I'm going to put a marker on there. He is 200 and some odd meters away, so I'm going to adjust that. I should get a double lung shot maybe. Got lots of blood. Put another marker there. In the mobile version of the game, it does not automatically put a marker down for you. You have to manually do it. So you don't get much of a chance to try to take out another animal. It does happen sometimes when you get a herd of animals together. And I'm going to see if I can get down here somewhere without having to go all the way back to the bear lodge, then figure my way back here. Well, they should be good and gone, so I'm going to get up from my crouch position. I'm probably not going to be scaring them now, and I don't think I'm going to be tracking them any further except for the one I just shot. However, if I do manage to get close to one, I'd probably want to reset my gun. Yeah, let's speed this up a bit. Yeah, looks like my animal there didn't go far. Lots of blood air bubbles. The animal expired quickly, I'd say. Yeah, let's turn that off. The animals look ugly with the hunter sense on when you go to claim them, particularly when they're in a pool of blood. You've got a strange color of blood. Well, it says I managed to damage the heart. And it doesn't look like a heart shot to me, but hey. This isn't the animal I had previously hit either. This is a single shot, took out the animal. Now, when you're playing the mobile version of the game, you don't get much of a chance to figure out what animal you're going to, what the healthy animal is, or the percentage here, the 94.25 from DNA, which is usually called health, is of your animal. But the only way you can tell is with the symmetry of the antlers or the horns. Sometimes you can tell by the bulk. I'm going to speed through here a bit. Let's see what kind of weight we got. We got a weight of 470 kilos. So a good thing to do is go back into here, check the encyclopedia into animals, and we'll go look up male elks. And this would be a mature 470. Well, we're a little shy on weight, but we're not doing too bad. So I'm going to go back into the map to set it so we'll go to map when we go out of here. Back into claim my animal. Okay, a 240 meter shot. That sounds about right. Vital organs. My 3-star. And there's the weight. I lost a little bit due to the shot. And our trophy value. Our trophy value is not that high. I would have expected higher than that. I think he looks pretty damn good to me, at least from what I can tell of his antlers. I am going to taxiderm